Back at it again. So I'm gonna just get straight into it because I hate when people come on and do these long intros and they talk a whole bunch of garbage and then it's 2, 3, 5 minutes before they even start a discussion. And I get it because you want people to click on the video and you want them to be in tune, because by the time they hit like that 7-minute mark, you're probably a quarter away into the video and it probably will most likely count as a view, and you want to have the most watch time hours as possible. And I get that, but I'm about speed and delivery and directness. And I mean, let's just cut straight to the chase, man. Start the chit chatting, bruh. I don't know why people like to chit chat before they just get to the goal, bruh. It's like people just always want an intro. They want to feel like they have something important to say before they say it, though. For real. But in any case, so what I want to talk about right now is having the proper right step, or the proper right footing, or a proper right foot. You know, I don't know how you want to say that. I don't know where you think I might be going with that. But here's what I mean, right? Because for about a week or so, my foot, especially the right foot, it's like at the bottom, right before the heel, and like in the middle somewhere on the bottom. Like it's not exactly in the middle, but it's on the side right above the heel. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, that particular area. It felt like a ball was there, because if I was to step down and walk, I couldn't walk properly. I couldn't walk. And it's just, I could walk, but it's like, okay, if I wanted to get somewhere properly, I would have to jog, because then I could be on my toes. And if I'm on my toes, then, you know, I can get where I need to get to and it doesn't hurt as much. Sometimes I won't feel it. But as soon as I'm going for a walking type of style, heel and toe, and I'm trying to relax, it's just in excruciating. Okay, it ain't excruciating, but it's in pain where it's annoying as hell. You know, I describe it as a ball. Maybe it's strained. I don't know what strained it. I don't know how it got strained, but it's annoying enough to bother me that I cannot properly take a 5-minute stroll down the street. And so, it got me thinking, because I'm just like, man, if I had a proper right step, you know, I would walk properly. I won't look like I'm limping all over the place, and I just look weird and awkward wobbling and stuff. Like, I'm young. Why am I wobbling around like I have hip placement problems and stuff? Like, I ain't old. I am not old. I'm not an elder. You know, well, maybe I might be an elder to somebody else that's like way younger, to a baby. But what I'm saying is that, you know, I am not of an age to where I should be rocking back and forth. It don't make no sense. I need to be able to have hip to my game when I walk and step. You get me? So if I can't have that rhythm when I'm walking, then it's a problem. Because now it just looks like, oh, this guy here doesn't take care of himself. And you know, image for me plays an important role, and I have to look good at all times. I have to be presentable at all times. You get me? There's, you know, it's important to look that way, because when you know, as soon as somebody see you for the first time, you never know what that person may be thinking about you. But at least if they see you and they're thinking of you or about you, at least they could be like, shit, at least his walk was clean. I mean, he had a good right step. You know, having a good right step, having a straight line, having a clear direction to where you need to go, and being comfortable going into that direction, I think is what we need to strive for on a daily basis. We have to. If you don't have a clear direction on where you're going, if you don't have that proper right foot to place you into that direction to where you need to go, then what's the point? You're doing stuff just to, I mean, yeah, you gotta get there. Yeah, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there regardless, because you have to try anyways. If you sit on your ass, you're not gonna go anywhere. You know, you have to get there. So yeah, I get it, you know. But what I'm saying is, for visual presentation purposes, it's important to have that right foot in place, because, you know, depending on where your foot is when you're running, or how you place your feet in running, can determine how fast you will go, and if you have a sprained ankle. The same for basketball, the same for football, the same for soccer, the same for boxing. If you do not place your foot in the right place, in the right direction, at the right time, you will end up not performing like how you're supposed to perform. You'll start to look crazy, because then you place it down, and then when you're supposed to turn, you're not going to turn as effective as you need to turn, and then you could end up twisting your ankle. You know, you could just be all out of whack just by placing your right foot in the wrong area at the wrong time. I don't think people notice that. You have to pay attention to where your foot go. You could be walking, yeah, and step in a pile of gum or dog doo-doo. Shit. You don't want to walk into shit. That's terrible. You just buy a brand new shoes, crisp clean. You know when you buy a white pair of shoes and you feel really nice. You just took a shower. You spray on your cologne. You know, you have your oud going for you, because you know when you step outside, it's just gonna hit the stage. You out there and you clean. You know, you lotion up properly, and you put on a white tee. You put on some baby blue jeans. You feel me? A nice belt. You get me? You hop in your car with your white shoes on, laces all tied up and everything in the way that you want it, and then you step outside and you get to your destination, and the moment you step out, the moment you take 2 feet into a store, you look down and you realize you stepped into some shit, or you stepped into the gum. You're like, dang, what? Like, naturally gonna want to cuss, because it's just like, yo, I just put these on. Now you see, because you weren't intentional on where you were placing your right foot, you know, you thought everything was Gucci, but you weren't intentional on where you were placing your right foot, and so you stepped into something that you could have avoided. Know what I'm saying? Now your visual now your visual you get me? Now your visual image is ruined, because now it seems like, oh, this man can't even keep his shoes clean. You stepped in doo-doo, sir. You don't see that on your feet. You already on the road, so you know people don't know if you've been out or you just stepped out. You know, people don't know if you've been stepped in that. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you could still know when fresh doo-doo is fresh, You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, wait, let's let's talk about gum, because maybe some of y'all is eating and maybe I'm ruining y'all appetite. But let's talk about stepping into some fresh gum. Because you know when y'all step into fresh gum, it's all gooey and stuff, and then you try to take it out with a toothpick, and you have to sit. You're sitting there for hours, just matriculating, like you turn into a carpenter at this point, because you're trying. You have to chisel this out, because if it don't come out properly, everywhere you step, you hear that, and it's like, ugh! You know, brand new white shoes. You get me? So it's important to have a proper right step. I think that we need to pay attention to that, and by being more intentional on where we step in life, I think we'll have a better direction into where we're going, and we'll look good doing that too. You know, I think that we gotta start paying attention to where we go and what we do and how we look. Because presentation, for me at least, is key. And I get into more doors. I see more people. I get to talk to it. I get to conversate and network with, you know, with people of standard when you look good and you're presentable and you smell good and your teeth clean. You get me? Just the simple things in life. I think we just gotta start paying attention to more about, you know, we gotta start paying attention to the simple things, and then by doing that, it will open doors for the greater things. You know, it may sound like a speech, but I'm just saying, like, we just gotta start. We just have to start. If we start placing our right foot properly. I mean, y'all just don't know how badly my foot has been for the past week. Like, I literally went into a meditative mode. I'm just like, bro, this needs to get better, because I can't work out properly. I can't do my runs like how I want to do my runs. You know, I like to go out and get my evening stroll. You know, put some mileage on my body and feel good about myself, but I can't even do that properly. You get me? But it is what it is, you know. But a presentation, we have to be careful. We gotta be more diligent about how we do in life, and how we go about it, you know. Yeah. Presentation is key. It's having your right foot placed in the right direction at the right time, I think is something to think about.